AI just helped me win a game of Magic the Gathering, but before this, it literally gave me the worst advice I have ever seen. So today I answer the question, can AI actually play Magic the Gathering? Magic the Gathering is one of the hardest games in the world for a person to understand, let alone an AI. There's thousands of cards, hidden information, random draws, complicated timing, complicated rules and interactions, confusing enough that even the most experienced players still call a judge. An AI can certainly read a card, it can give deck suggestions, but can it make good decisions when a game is actually on the line? I put ChatGPT through 3 tests. First, I asked it to analyze some of Magic's most popular cards that are currently in the standard format, giving them a score if they're good or if it thinks it might be bad. Then, I made it build its own standard deck. And finally, I made it compete on the arena ladder against the top players. The rules were simple. AI only got the information that I gave it. It saw the board, I was able to use screenshots and just kind of message, so it was an imperfect system as far as getting to like what AI actually wanted. There was no secret coaching, there was no editing on the side, it was just AI just trying to get it all done. By the end of this video, we're gonna figure out whether or not AI is actually good enough to play Magic the Gathering, or the most confident backseat player at Friday Night Magic. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at what this AI can do. Again, we're using ChatGPT 5.6 Terra, and we're gonna see what exactly it thinks of these different cards that are currently being played in the standard and just see if it's like got a good calibration before we jump into the deck building or the gameplay. All right, so first up we wanna ask it Jeskai Revelations. So here's our prompt. What does this card do? Rate it from 1 to 10. What deck wants it? What are its weaknesses? Is it playable? And do not invent card text or legality. If you're unsure, say so. Okay, we just want to see what it can do. And the card is Jeskai Revelations. All right, let's see. Nice, nice, nice. It is standard legal. A serious late game with... Yup. Okay, 4 URW, it returns target spell or permanent to our hand, deals 4, creates 2, draws 2, gains 4 life. The key is it performs all 5. That's very true, very true. 8 and 10 in the right deck, 3 out of 10 elsewhere. Dang, that's actually pretty accurate. Jeskai Control. Yeah, that's fair. Weaknesses, color identity, okay. Not a pure finisher. Very playable current standard, but primarily is dedicated to control card. Okay, yeah, start by testing to, okay, very good. I'd say, yeah, that got the, that got it. Card is, let's see, Erode. Now, Erode's not very popular currently, though it is actually pretty good. It's giving it 8 out of 10. It does know the right card. It destroys Planeswalker or creature. On tempo, what deck wants it? Orzhov midrange, Boros white-based landfall shells. Okay, yeah. All right, I'll give it that. I'll definitely give it that. How about... All right, let's take a classic here from The Hobbit. We've got Old Thrush. Let's see what it can do. Old Thrush, let's see. Ooh, very nice. It is not competitive. Very, very nice. Okay. I mean, that's pretty solid. I mean, it is knowing what's going on. Let's see about Black Lotus. Solely because it cannot be played there. That is fair. Alright, good catch, but it is really, really good. Alright, that was a nice little trick question. I think it's safe to say that AI has a pretty good understanding of the basic cards, what it does, so yeah, let's just go ahead and build a deck. Now, it's a very simple prompt that I've given it. I'll paste it in here, and all we're going to do is say, hey, I'm testing whether you can build a competitive best-of-1 standard deck. Use only the metagame information I give you below. Build a best-of-1 60-card main deck. The requirements: every card must be standard legal and include the exact quantities of each card. The main deck contains exactly 60 cards. Explain the deck's primary game plan, how it's intended to beat the metagame, and before answering any of these questions, just go ahead and double check, make sure you know what you're talking about. And then I went ahead and gave it 3 meta decks. I went mono green landfall, Dimir mid-range, and Mardu discard. And so yeah, let's hop into the deck building. Let's see what it says. All right, so here is what we've got going on. It's decided to go with Azorius, best of 1 control. We're going to be running 3 Bezas, 3 Overlords, Get Losts, No More Lies, 3 Steps, Flood Maws, Negates. We're going to be running some sorceries, Day of Judgment, stock up Sunfall. See, I actually don't think Sunfall is legal. Let me double check that real quick. Yeah. Sunfall is not standard legal, so I'm going to go back and let it know. Sunfall's not legal. Temporary Lockdown. I'm pretty sure that's not legal either. Let's see. Yeah, Temporary Lockdown is not legal. So I'm just going to say Temporary Lockdown, Sunfall is not legal. That's not legal. So we're going to go into some split ups, some Day of Judgments. But we already have 3 Day of Judgments, so that's just not going to work. Wow, it cannot get this deck right for its replacement. And then it also wanted to do Adakar Wastes. Pretty sure that's not standard legal either. Yeah, not legal either. So let's get to let him know that is not legal. Still wants to run the Azorius control. This is looking a little bit more like it. 3 stock up, 3 split up. We've got 3 High Noon, 2 Elspeth Smite. Elspeth Smite is standard legal. Okay, they got me there. I did not think it was. Well played. Okay, yeah, that looks like a playable deck. Against mono green, it's got the plan. Against mid-range, against discard. Okay, yeah, well, give me a second. I'll go get this deck put together. All right, and we are back. Here is the deck that the AI decided to go with. It's a little bit easier to visualize it. We've got 3 Bezas. We've got 3 Overlords of the Mistmoors. Those are probably going to be the win cons. We've got some control pieces, High Noon, No More Lies, Spell Pierce. We even are running one I haven't seen often, a little bit of Elspeth Smite. Day of Judgments, Split Ups, Stock Ups, 3 Steps Ahead, and then of course we got our land suite. So let's hop into some of the games. Well, it says keep. Okay, turn 1 Hollowed Fountain untapped. Play Meticulous Archive first, it enters tapped. Okay, see a plains. What do we do? So surveil the plains to the bottom. It's probably going to have us cast the No More Lies here. Yep, cast No More Lies, targeting the Deep Cavern Bats. At their end step, split up is sorcery. Untapped. Okay. Destroy all untapped creatures. Cast split up now. Choose destroy all tapped creatures. Okay, it didn't kill any. We lost. Okay, yeah, I mean, not super surprising. At 5 life, yeah. Okay, let's go into another game and let's just see what happens. Mulligan. I personally would have kept that hand, but that's just me. Keep 6, bottom 1's plains, okay? Alright, opponent plays. They probably got a board wipe here, if I'm guessing right. They have a duress. Let's just see what this should say. Nothing we can do, so I don't think it's smart to play it well, it is smart to play it. That makes them have less lands. So, cast Spell Pierce. Makes them choose. Yeah, that's fair. They pay the 2. Which, technically, they shouldn't have paid the 2, because I no longer had cards in hand, which is hilarious. Oh, and they conceded! No way! No way! No freaking way! Oh my gosh, I'm actually shocked right now. I can't believe it. They probably conceded because we literally took forever, but they actually conceded. Oh my gosh, I'm actually shocked right now. I cannot believe it. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's play one more game. I can't send it every little step by step, just because it takes so long. So maybe there's another way I could do it. Might not, like playing against a friend or by playing on paper, possibly. But this is a good hand. I would probably keep this hand. Opponent goes first, so let's see. Okay. We're just gonna send a screenshot every time it's priority. That's what I think we should do at this point. All right, at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward through some of the game. It was absolutely painstakingly slow. We had to screenshot, send the chat. It would ask a follow-up sometimes, or tell me the wrong move, or get confused with what turn it was at, which was fine. But especially in this game, we ended up getting a little bit mixed up. It kept thinking that we had this get lost that was like in our hand or on the top of the deck. And there was one, we surveilled it, but we left it on top. And so it just kept saying play get lost, and we'd run out of time. So we did actually have to play the Day of Judgment as a judgment call. All right. Just because it did take just way too long. And we were going to run out of time. So I figured that was probably what it wanted anyways, and ultimately we just got spell snared by our own spells. Ugh! Wow, that was brutal. It just really got lost in the sauce partway through that, like halfway through. Yeah, like we wouldn't have made that anyways, right? Like we could have killed, I guess, Smog, and we still would have died. Smaug, whatever. So yeah, that's probably the gameplay right there. I mean, it's not amazing. This is version 1, ChatGPT 5.6. You know what I mean? It's nothing crazy, but yeah, that's probably the gameplay. We won 1 game, lost 2. Probably should have lost that second game as well, but they ended up just rage quitting, so it kind of worked out. So, after testing AI on card analysis, deck building, and gameplay, we have to decide, can AI actually play Magic the Gathering? The answer is kind of. Right now, the way I set that up with just ChatGPT, it's definitely not good enough. That game we won was kind of a fluke, but it was still pretty sweet. AI did some things surprisingly well. It could really recognize those cards and knew what was happening there. It honestly built a semi-decent deck, all things considered, once we were able to figure out what was standard legal and what was not. But then we saw the other side of it. Casting Split Up, thinking it destroyed creatures with power 3 or less, or that it could just destroy tapped creatures or untapped creatures, and it was just so far off. And the problem is, in Magic, one small mistake can cost you the entire game. So here's the situation. I know my testing was absolutely not perfect and not super scientific, but if a lot of people are interested, I'll go ahead and make my own AI, train it on Magic the Gathering data, get all 288 pages off the PDF for the official rules, and build one that can actually play. And then also I'll try and get it so that way it can actually play on Arena, so I don't have to send screenshots every time. And if that sounds interesting to you, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Like always, I appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.